Hi, I'm John Mayfield, the Real Estate Tech Guy, with another Global Real Estate School podcast. Welcome to the podcast. My name is John Mayfield, the Real Estate Tech Guy, and this is episode 143. Well, today I just want to kind of divert a little bit from going over definitions just to remind you about a key point if you're getting ready to take the real estate exam, or if you're thinking about going to real estate school. Perhaps you are in the middle of a real estate course right now. But I want to give you some advice, and I heard from one of my Oklahoma students today, and he passed the real estate exam on the first attempt. So I'm really excited about that. I've had several Oklahoma folks that have passed the exam. We're trying to build the course up there and to get more brokers and students interested in our course, and I feel like we have a great product. But my friend Clay passed the exam on the first attempt today, and we were talking by phone. He sent me an email to say, "Thanks, John, I passed the exam." But as Clay and I were talking, he told me, he said, one of the things I noticed about the exam is the fact that the questions were very, what's the word I'm looking for here? You have to apply the definitions. In other words, don't just think that the material will be kind of a recall situation. They have a few of those questions, but most of the questions, they want you to be able to apply the information. So a good example, and we've covered this on the podcast, Mike dies intestate. What happens to Mike's property, or they go into that kind of a scenario and they give you a mini little example or scenario, and the fact that that intestate means you die without a will. Well, they're going to be giving you a series of examples in this little scenario, and if you're going to have to be able to apply those principles in order to answer the question correctly. And so I just wanted to remind you, as you study, as you go through the material, just keep in mind that you need to know the information from all angles, and you need to prepare and study very hard. And Clay even told me, he said, "John, if someone thinks they are going to go in there without doing a lot of preparation and pass the exam, it's going to be very challenging." And I tell people that all the time throughout the course. Now, I don't want to scare you, okay? It's because you can do this. Don't feel or believe or put in your subconscious mind, "Oh gosh, I'll never pass the test." You can. What I'm trying to say is this: you've got to study the material very, very good. And you have to go over the information, and you can't just try to wing it, right? As Abe Lincoln, what was it he said? You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool everybody all the time. And if you're not studying hard like you should, you probably are not going to pass the test. But if you review your information, you go through our digital flashcards, you go through the practice exams, you go back through the material, you are going to do just fine. Clay took his test this morning. He said yesterday he went back through all of the review modules and just wanted to make sure he was ready to go. He downloaded the Oklahoma State License code book and highlighted information in there. We have that in the course, but that's what you've got to do. You've got to study hard. You've got to prepare. And if you do that, it's a no-brainer. You're going to pass with no problem at all. So just wanted to remind you, be diligent, study hard. Don't just study a little bit. I want to push you a little bit harder. Our pass rates have been amazing, and I really believe it's because I go over that throughout the school. I don't want you to just feel like you can walk in there, wing it, and pass the test, because it's designed to weed those types of folks out and only allow the people who've really studied hard to get past that hurdle or that gate with a passing score. You can do it. Just keep studying hard. Always feel free to reach out to me at Global Real Estate School. Go over to our website. We've got some great digital flashcards, whether you are in our school or not. It's globalrealestateschool.com. I think you just scroll down toward the bottom. There's digital flashcards. I have some practice exams, and you can pass the real estate exam on the first attempt without any problem. And by the way, don't forget YouTube. We've got lots of videos there, and that's what you have to do. You have to watch all of this information, study, and do this hard, prepare hard for 30 to 45, 60 days, and you will be on your way for a new career as a real estate professional. Hey, as always, thanks for listening to the podcast. Go out and make it a great day. Thank you for listening to the podcast for Global Real Estate School. I'm John Mayfield, the Real Estate Tech Guy. Go out and make it a great day.